A lot of other teams have adopted that pass, and it's very, very effective. It's the kind of pass that you can use against any kind of defense. The quarterback will learn his reads, and depending on the defense is where he throws the ball. Okay, so let's get out here on the ball.
Come out. Come out. I'll put you somewhere else. Okay, you be a fullback. Son, you be a halfback. Come on. I know you want to be a line. Okay, you be a linebacker then. You want to be a linebacker. Be a linebacker then. Be a flanker for me. Going out there. Go. About 10 yards out. Okay. Now I need a fullback and a tailback. You'll be the halfback. Okay. Now I need a secondary. I need a corner right there on him. I need a corner on him. And I really need a safety. Be the safety. Now, I need one more guy. Hey!
Flip out!
You let him be the split end and you be the strong safety. Yeah. Coach, we're going to try to get in 88 first. Alright. You be your arm hurt? You be the flanker there. You can do that with one arm. No, I'm sorry. Split in. Alright. Now, we will call this set right here pro. Because when we say the word pro, the wingback, who is normally 2 by 2, right? He moves out from 10 to 12 yards from the tackle, not the tight end. So then he would be about 8 yards from the tight end. All right, that's the flanker. Now the flanker is the wingback, and the word pro tells the flanker, the wingback, to split out. All right. In this case, it's pro 8, so the right halfback would become the flanker. Now, the way we call in plays, series, you'd have to say pro split. Now that means the tight end would then become the split end. And he would be 10 to 12 yards from the tackle on the split side of the defense. That is a pro set. Now you on the line split end. Now, quarterback, let me just try to discuss a few things with you first. Get on him corner. Now, back up. Tom, stand out over here. And secondary is 4 across. Is that correct? Yeah. Everybody notices that. Now you don't know what they're playing. This is the worst kind of secondary to have to play against, because you don't have a clue as to what kind of coverage they're playing. You don't know whether they're going to rotate, corner rotate, everybody rotate. You hold it. Only when I say go, you rotate to the deep 1/3, you rotate to the middle, you rotate to the back third, and you rotate up. That is called corner rotation. Rotate. Now that's corner rotation. Come on back. Now you might want to get where you can get this. Third on the sound. Rotate. All right. So we got one, the cornerback, that's called corner rotation, right? You understand that? Now everybody come back in 4 across. Now the very good teams in the states and college play 4 across. So they can confuse the dickens out of you, and you can't tell what they're going to do when they 4 across. They don't give you a clue. Now, anytime an inside guy comes up and forces, that's called invert. I-N-V-E-R-T. That's an inverted safety. All right, on the count, when you come back in 4 across, please, and on the count, you invert back to the deep, and you invert up. And you guys got your 1/3, right? You got the middle third, right? Okay, on my command, I want to see invert. Go. Now that's called an inverted safety. come back. We're talking about secondary coverage.
You got it, have you?
In a few
Hey?
years,
You
you
got
guys
it?
will be throwing the ball
Yeah.
real well over here. Now you're going to
How long
invert.
will be because
You're
I'm
going
sort
to
of
kick it back
parked in
1/3.
some sort of
Well, I'll
place.
tell you what, I'll get Stephen to give me a lift.
Got that third.
Alright.
Ready?
It'll
Go.
be easier, 'cause
All right,
I'm
good.
going to be
Good. Now come on. Now, or they can also trick you and play 4D zone. Everybody, instead of having a third, if it's fourth down, a third down and 20, they may play you. He may take 1/4 of the deep zone. He may take a fourth. He may take a fourth.
Yeah,
and he
I'll get
may
Stephen
take
to
a
bring
fourth.
me up.
Because in order to get a first down, you got to throw the ball 20 yards down the field, right? Everybody back up together. Go. Now, instead of having third, now they got what? 4. Now, come back, please. Somebody is. Most of the time, somebody out of the secondary going to take the flat. Now, you go up, and you go up, Tom. Now, they have already rotated. Is that not true?
Yes, sir.
So that's called, they already pre-rotated. That's what we would say. It's a pre-rotated zone. Now on this side, obviously who's got the flat?
The corner.
The corner has the flat. Now, who has the flat on that side?
Corner.
The corner. And who has it? And these guys are telling you they got what?
Need a third.
No, they don't have thirds, because there's not but 2 of them back there. And if it's not but 2 of them back there, they got what?
Even.
Hogs. Halves. Alright. Now, they got halves if the quarterback drops straight back. If he drops straight back, he's got a half, he's got a half. But if he rolls, now you got a third, you got a third, and you got a third. So halves can change to thirds. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So now you're looking at what kind of zone? A pre-rotated zone. True?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Get back and forth across. Now, safety, you get it back. Post. Now you also looking at a pre-rotated zone. Because who has rotated up? This guy right here. And 9 times out of 10, he's the man that you want to read when you throwing passes. You want to read that free safety and that strong safety. These corners are occupied. You know where they are, quarterback. But that strong safety is going to tell you most of the time whether it's man-to-man coverage or whether it's zone coverage. Now, when it's zone, most of the time, come on up some. Come on up some, Tom. They don't play back that deep. Hold. All right. Most of the time, if it's a zone, he's going to give the tight end, he's going to take the outside away from the tight end, which means he's going to line up about 6 to 8 yards deep and about 1, 2, 3 yards outside that tight end, sitting like this, eyeballing that tight end. Now, if that tight end blocks down, this guy is going to come up. And he becomes the what guy? The force or contain. He's going to contain the play and keep the play from getting outside. On drop back pass, he also will settle in the flat, and he got the flat on his side. Okay? So I'm saying all that to say, safety, quarterback, that's the guy on this pass we want you to read. Okay? The strong safety. He's on the strong side. If he lines up, head up the tight end, you call it man. You think man. Now, whenever we see man coverage, think post. A post pattern. Go for a touchdown right now. If man, listen, if man, think post. Repeat that. Think post. Now, how do you throw a post? Well, you can't. There is no quarterback in the world that's good enough to take a 5 or 7 step drop and hit a guy on a post route without having a plan laid out. So what they will do is there are hash marks on the football field, and they ought to be about right in here, all the way down. A good quarterback is going to get so much rush until he can't throw the ball to a man, he throws it to a spot. And on the post route, you throw the ball up the hash mark, on the hash mark. So as you take your drop, you throw the ball right down the hash mark and count on your fly man, your pony, to go and get it. Now the way you run this pattern, and it's called, well, we call it 88. Or if it's to the right, because this is the 8 man, and if it was throw to the left, it'd be 89. All right. What he would do, he would drive off 8 yards. Now let's count 8 yards first now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He would plant his outside foot. He would drive on a slant to the hash mark and run up the hash mark, looking over his inside shoulder, trying to stay about a foot outside the hash mark. That's the way they complete those post routes. The quarterback throws the ball to a spot up that hash mark. So on this pass, you're going to run how many yards? 8 yards, plant your outside foot, go to the hash mark, and run the hash mark. All right. If man, who you going to throw the ball to? Post. Right now. I mean, when you read that strong safety up on that tight end like this, or if that strong safety come up there to blitz, or come up close to that line, you say, I'm going for all of it right now. I'm going to take 5-step drop, and I'm going to let it rip right down that hash mark. And if I don't, if I think he's covered well, I'm going to throw it over everybody's head. And that'll scare the living daylights out of the defense. And they'll start, and the more you throw the ball deep, the more they back up. And that gives your running game, your short passing game, more room to work. Okay, so your key on this pass is when you come out of the huddle, you're going to get a pre-snap read. And your pre-snap read is a strong safety. All right, you got that. You pull back half-back, lead the linebacker for just a second. Great. Now get over the guard, because that's the most conventional defense. When the tight end steps down, and he's going to come off the line, underneath the linebackers in between them, and you're going to have to fight to get through them. And you're going to gain, when you get right here, you're going to be about 3 yards deep, and you're going to steadily climb across the field until you get 12 yards deep on a straight shot. Got it? Now, what we're hoping, we're thinking zone now. Now we're going to have 2 guys to throw the ball to in case they play a zone. That's either the tight end or the split end, because we're going to flood one zone with 2 guys. Now, the split end will run down the field. If he can fly, if he's a sprinter, he will go 16 yards and do a square in. Now step off 16 yards and stop. 1, count 'em, 2. Can't hear you. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Great. Now, do a square in. That means come square across the field with your shoulders pointed toward the quarterback. That's right. That's a square in. Now that's exactly what we want you to do. We don't want you to run a round in or a curl. We want you to go up there and plant and come square across that field. So let's step this you and him so that the quarterback will see it. Set. You run your route too. We'll get them all in. Step, 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 step. All right, good. Now, if it's a zone, repeat. If man, what? Think about the post. I didn't say throw it. I said have your mind in your mind that, oh boy, it's man. I'm throwing post. So if man, what? Think post. If man, what? Think about post or think post. All right, if zone, read the linebacker. Read this guy right here. He's going to tell you who to throw the ball to. You can't, those defensive backs already, they're not going to let anybody get, you can throw underneath them all day. These are the guys that intercept the pass, knock them down and all that. Now, this guy can do two things, really three. He can blitz. If he blitzes, we got to play, we're going to dump the ball to somebody right now. He can buzz, as we call it, or he can sink. Now, let's talk about sinking first. If he sinks, he's going to turn around and run straight back here.
Yes, I'm going to show you everything.
Get his head on a swivel and set up in here. That's called a sink. Now let's look at what the sink does. Hey, Tom. Step, 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 step. He's sunk and he's right in line to intercept that square in, isn't it? So, if he sinks, hit the tight end. All right, let's come back. If he sinks, you're going to throw it to the tight end. Now, we call this a buzz. When he turns his feet, pick your foot up, and runs to the flat in the hole. And set up in the hole like this. Now, you got to do the same thing on the other side. That's called a what? Buzz. B-U-Z-Z. All right? Now, he's going to do one or two things. Let's let him do the buzz this time and see who he's going to be covering automatically in the zone. Sit. Step, 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 step. So who are you going to intercept the pass on now? He's going to intercept the tight ends, a pass thrown to the tight end if he what? If he buzzes, right? Now who's open? Split end. Right in the hole between the corner and the safety, he's open. And if we get it to the split end, that's a long gainer. All right? So, let's go back and repeat the rules. If man, what?
Think post.
Think post. If zone, who we read?
Linebacker.
The weak side linebacker. Not the strong side.
Yeah.
The weak side backer. If he buzzes, throw to the split end. If he sinks, throw to the tight end. All right, we got that covered. Now, give me my two running backs back. All right, you my fullback, and you my key man. Now you go up and block because we don't have a tight end over here. So you're gonna block the first man right outside this tackle, keep him from sacking the quarterback. Now, what you're gonna do is swing to the strong side. Swing to the strong side. Looking at the quarterback, not real fast. Not real fast. You very deliberate. You're just gonna swing like this. Looking at the quarterback. When he comes back there, you're looking at the quarterback. Under control. Now, because if that linebacker, strong safety, come up on that line, come here, outside that tight end, and he blitzes, he can't cover his flat area. That's his responsibility, right? On the pass is the what? The flat. Now, he got the flat, but he's trying to blitz. So if you throw me the ball here and you go, I beat him automatically. So we got it all covered. On a blitz, we're going to hit the who? fullback. On a man-to-man coverage, we're going to hit who?
Flank back.
The flanker. On a zone, we're going to hit who?
Whoever the outside, weak side linebacker is at cover.
All right. If the weak side linebacker sinks, who are we going to hit? Who?
Tight end.
If the weak side linebacker buzzes, who we're going to hit?
Tight end.
All right. The best laid plans of mice and men is what? Sit. Let's step it. Now that's the perfect play. We're just going to step it, and you take a 7-step drop. Now, fullback, you should be 5 yards from the ball.
Be level with it.
On that paper. Sit. Step, 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 step. Now that's wrong because he did not run up that hash mark. And that safety would have got that and ran it back this way. Now the reason you're throwing the ball up the hash mark is to keep it away from the center fielder. Now believe me, those safeties are like center fielders and they can run from sideline to sideline. And if you lay a pass up like that, one of those duck passes up, he's going to steal it and take it back the other way. Throw the ball down the hash mark over his outside shoulder. I didn't tell you that. When he's running, put it over this shoulder away from the safety. Don't ever throw the ball down the middle of the field with a free safety standing back there. Now I need 2 linebackers. Come on, Coach, me and you be the linebacker. We gonna run, we gonna walk. Alright, you right there. You on that side, I'm on this side. Alright, let's step it again. Hey, get 3 yards outside of it. You call a play and tell us who you're gonna throw it to, just based on the defense. Who you gonna throw it to? Who you reading right now? Now, what has he told you? Now who you reading? Once you know that it's zone. No, you're not. Now who you reading? Who is that? All right. Let's go. Sit. Go. Step, 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 step. Okay? It's an alleyway through there, right? You see the alleyway through there when I did that? What did I do? I buzzed. All right? Let's do it again. What's this pass called? 8? Pro 8? No, pro split. We got a pro set over there and a split over here. So it's pro split 888. Correct? See it? Step, 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 step. What did I do? Sit. Step, 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 step. Now look, you know, I think you should know by now, if you're going to throw a blitz route, you throw it on how many steps? 3. It's smart. You're going to throw the blitz on 3 steps. You're going to throw the zone on 5 steps. You're going to throw the man on 7 steps. You got to know that. Again? Set. Step, 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 step. All right. Got the picture now?
In motion. Stop there, stop there.
Hey. Go. Step, 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 step. I'm right in here. I just sunk got the idea now? All right.
Yeah.
Let's run the pattern and see how the pattern's look. We got that on tape, so
You should have waited for that, Jim.
we got it on tape, so now you can go ahead
Push as slow as I could.
and we don't have a hash mark, so don't you go running there where that safety is. You make distinct cuts. One cut right there at 8, another cut where you think the hash ought to be, and straight down the field. Don't run inside. Don't, okay? You make sure, look, if you have to run at 3/4 speed, make sure you run a square end. Don't run a round end, because there's no such thing as a round end. Look, fullback, if I were you, I would take a pivot step and belly back a little bit, so you have a better angle to catch the ball on. You understand what I mean? All right, let's look at it. Run about half speed, man. What do you see, quarterback? Call it.
Man. Is that 7 step drop?
Man is a 7. It's a deeper pass.
Okay, hold on then. Down! Put!
See him run that thing. I just told him that. Doesn't it? Now what did I just tell it? What I tell you?
Straight down the hash mark.
And you ran right smack into who?
So free safety.
And I told you what was gonna happen. It was gonna get intercepted, didn't it? Come on, call it.
Down! Put!
You can't throw it that hard. You gotta take 3 steps and lay it in there just like you throw it to a little baby, because that is a lateral. That's anybody's ball, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now we got it. We lost the ball. Again? Give him a different look every time. What you got? Call it out.
Zone.
Okay.
Down! Put!
You don't have to have a great arm to complete passes, do you? I mean, you don't.
What's he trying to
If
say?
you know what the defense gonna do, if you're smart, okay, do it again.
Down! Put!
Change it to the other side. Change personnel, flop it over.
Pro set 989. Here. Pro set split.
Let's walk it one time. Say pro split.
Pro split, yeah.
989. Set. Step. 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 All right. Hold it a minute. Wait a minute. What are you doing? What route you running?